So I get a lot of comments on a lot of my videos saying that I need to check out this mold, this mold, this mold, all from Prodigy discs. I need to try Prodigy discs. But living in Kansas City, it's like right down the stream from Emporia, so we've just got all Trilogy stuff. And I've never really tried much Prodigy, and I don't really know much about them. So I'm here at the Creators Cup. I found a sponsored Prodigy player, Chantel, Miss Frisbees. So we're gonna talk about some of her favorite Prodigy molds. Let's do this. All right, so what's the first Prodigy disc that you think people should check out?
Well, the PA3, one of their best putters in my opinion, and it's such a great throwing putter, so it's gotta be one of my favorites. It is so straight, but then it has that reliable fade right at the end, so you can trust it into a headwind, and who doesn't love a straight flying disc?
Yeah.
That's my favorite shot, so it just works out for me, but definitely a really great putter.
Yeah, what does it feel like? Is it just like a beaded putter, beadless?
Yep, so there is a bead, and it is, I think it feels really nice. It's pretty flat.
Oh yeah, that's like no dome at all.
So this is my putting putter, and it's 200 plastic, and it's very flexible and like gummy. And then I have this one is a 500 Spectrum plastic, so it is still pretty gummy and flexible, but has just a more quality plastic feel. Can probably handle more torque.
Yeah, that was stable when you were throwing it earlier.
Yes, this one is very stable. This one flies a little bit more straight, but it is my putting putter. Yeah. But this one has some stability in it. Yeah,
what are the PA3s, what would you compare them to? Like, what did you have before?
So I used to putt with the Judge, and also my throwing putter was with the Judge. And it's hard to compare the two because the flight is different. These are definitely more stable. I had to adjust my putting a little bit with the PA3 because of the extra stability at the end. But it was kind of nice because I would often turn my Judge over. When I was putting with my Judge, it would flip, and that's not good. Yeah. And these, I just feel confident in a headwind because they don't really deviate too far each way. You just gotta adjust a little bit for height, but they stay really straight. So even throwing this into a headwind, it's going to stay straight, which is nice. So it's hard to compare. Maybe Chris's Link, your Lux Link, a little more stable. I feel like it can kind of be compared to that, but this one's extra stable.
Yeah. So yeah, that one was really stable.
It's very stable, which is kind of nice. So we'll see how it beats in.
Yeah. So tell me about that stamp that you've got on that PA3.
Okay, so this stamp is my first custom stamp disc, and it is the tail of two wolves. And I just feel like for my first stamp, I wanted to have something that was meaningful. So if you don't know what the tail of two wolves is, you have a good wolf inside of you, evil wolf. Whatever one you feed will be the one that wins. So I just feel like that's a constant struggle that I'm struggling with during tournament play mostly, is feeding the good wolf instead of the evil wolf. So I thought that was a creative stamp idea, and it looks great.
Yeah, it looks sweet. If you still have some, like where can you get those?
So I am selling them at the Foundation Disc Golf store opening here in Charleston, South Carolina. But if I have any extra, I am going to be selling them on my Instagram.
All right, so just reach out to you on there, see if you have any more.
Yes.
All right, sweet. So what's the next disc that you would recommend for Prodigy?
Okay, so the next disc would have to be the H4 V2. So this is a hybrid driver. Yeah. I think it's an 11 speed. It's very flippy. So I use it for my hyzer flip ups and have it turn to the right. Yeah. I haven't really thrown this one much, so I'm hoping it's a little bit more straight. Yeah. It is a very shallow driver as well. So I like that because my hands are smaller. It fits really good in my hand, and the rim isn't too big. And it's an 11 speed, so it's pretty fast still, but with a small rim.
Is there anything that you can think to compare it to at all, or is it?
So the H4 V2, I find that it flies so different than any disc I've really thrown. It's hard to compare it to something because I feel like the flip up's at a different time, and I would have a hard time comparing this to any other disc. That's probably why I like it so much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like really unique to Prodigy.
Yeah, it's a great woods disc. That's usually where I'm throwing it.
Okay. So did you even have that shot before you were Prodigy at all? Like, or does it just like add a whole new shot to your bag?
I did have the shot because I really enjoy throwing hyzer flips and then it turns to the right. That's like my favorite shot.
Yeah.
So I had things before, but it's a different flight. It didn't really fill an old spot in my bag. So it was just, I threw it once and I was like, wow, I never saw a disc fly like that. So immediately I was like, that's one of my go-tos. Yes.
Straight in the bag.
Yep.
I say that a lot on my channel. It's just like understable discs, underrated.
Yep. Because you can, if you're just throwing it lightly, you can still have that nice, long, straight flight. It's not going to dump on you.
You can do anything with it. Yeah. Sweet. What's the last disc? Your third final disc.
So my favorite disc of all time is the D3.
Yeah.
It is a distance driver, and it is so straight. So I would compare this probably to the Shrike just because the numbers are kind of close. But the Shrike, I feel like, is more flippy, so it will keep riding to the right further. This one is very straight, so it'll have a really nice right turn, but it will also have that little stability at the end, but it's not too big, so it will stay pretty straight. If you know what I mean, like perfect.
Yeah, so like a more stable Shrike for you.
Yes.
And is the rim pretty similar, or is it more shallow than a Shrike, or?
It is. I would think it's more shallow than a Shrike, and also the rim is smaller. So with a lot of the Prodigy discs, they don't have that huge rim with their high-speed discs. That's why I think they fit so well with how I play, because it just fits so good in the hand, because as you can see, it's really not that wide. Yeah. And then it's not too deep. And it's really the plastic. This is 400G plastic. It's one of my favorite plastics because you can really sink your thumb into it and just get a really good grip.
I might need to check one of those out because I really like, the reason I like the reason I like the Wraith so much is because it has that smaller rim, and it's not too deep because I just have smaller hands. Like the Destroyer, like I can't get a good like throw off of it because I feel like it's a little too big for my hands.
Yeah, you don't get that really good rip.
Yeah. With the Wraith, it's just like I can get it consistently, so I might try one of those out.
This will go further than the Wraith.
Oh baby.
The Wraith was one of my favorite discs, and this just goes 30 feet further than your other flyers. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It just goes so far.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll have to check it out. I might just grab these and throw them and see how they fly for me. And yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, this PA3, like the feel of it almost feels like a shallower KC Pro AVR, but it's definitely blockier than the KC Pro AVR on the edge. And this plastic is sweet and it feels really nice. Prodigy killed it with this plastic. Is this like 400G, I think, right? I think it's 500 Spectrum plastic. They killed it. Yeah, that PA3 was stable. Even like I threw the waffled, like Chantel's waffled ones that she uses for putting all the time, even those were just dead straight, didn't turn at all. Like if you threw like my Lunas that I use for putting, turning over immediately. But those look like they've been well loved, well used, and it's not turning still, which is impressive. Honestly, like this plastic feels amazing, and I would almost compare it in feel to like a slightly shallower Era. It's not as shallow as the Undertaker though, but this thing feels really good, and this plastic feels amazing. So the H4V2 is definitely, that's definitely what Chantel is like talking about. It's like, it's slightly flippy. I would say it's flippier than the Era, but it's definitely one of those drivers, like if you can like work it and get used to it and learn that disc, you can shred any course with that thing. That was nice. Yeah, right off the bat, like it definitely feels slightly wider and a little bit deeper than my Wraiths. I wouldn't say it's Destroyer level wide and deep though, but the 400G feels great. Yeah. Yeah, that D3 definitely reminds me of my Wraiths when throwing them. Again, the feel is a little bit different. It feels a little bit bigger in my hand than my Wraiths, but like the flight, that was very reminiscent of my Wraiths for sure. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, Chantel, for letting me throw these discs and showing me the ropes with Prodigy discs. I'll leave the link to her channel down below as well as her Instagram, because that's where you need to contact her to check and see if you're interested in any of these discs, if she has some available after their Creators Cup. And if you're wanting to watch anything else Prodigy, I did review the distortion over here, which is very underrated. So you can check that out next. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.